Well, a new report says a 6-year-old who shot his teacher will not face any charges. It happened in January at a Virginia elementary school. And while the child will not face charges, the local prosecutor says in an interview they are still considering whether or not the boy's parents or any other adult could be criminally liable. 25-year-old Abigail Zwerner was hospitalized for 2 weeks after that shooting, and the school superintendent was fired in the aftermath. With plenty of legal questions still unanswered, let's bring in trial attorney Alexandra Kazarian for her perspective. Alexandra, thank you as always for speaking with us. So we know now that this 6-year-old will not face charges. That's not really a huge shock. But what about his parents? I mean, shouldn't someone have to take responsibility for what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to a situation like this, we don't charge children because children don't have the capacity to understand what's going on. Even if it was an intentional act, even if everybody thinks that this child may have done this on purpose, they don't understand what's going on in a courtroom. They don't understand their constitutional rights, so you can't hold them accountable. But the question really is, who in our society allowed that child to get that gun in his hands and get it to school and be unsupervised to the point that he took it out of his bag, pointed it, and shot it at that teacher? So obviously you're going to start with the parents, or you're going to start with whoever owns the gun. Who owns the gun and had it accessible to the child? The allegations are, the statements are that it was supposedly locked on a shelf that was 6 feet high with a trigger lock. If that's true, then maybe the parents aren't the ones to be charged. But how would a child get access to that? It's how did they get the access, and how were they so unsupervised that they actually used it?
Right, because we are talking about a 6-year-old. So, lots of finger pointing, lots of eyeballs on the parents, but also, we need to look at school administrators, right? Because the victim in all this, her lawyer says admin had been warned multiple times about this specific student and that he had past incidents of violence on record.
Right. And I think the agreement was that there would always be an adult from his family who was present with him at school every single moment of the day. And for some reason, this was the one day that a parent wasn't there. Now, does that absence make the parent criminally liable for what happened? Probably not, because it's not foreseeable that you miss one day of school and then the child shoots somebody. But when you know that there's a child that has violent tendencies, because he struck the teacher before, he smashed her phone the day before, he's attacked other students and teachers with a belt. I mean, very, very violent behavior. Who allowed the child to be there and who was leaving him unsupervised? Some of these are more civil issues, liability as far as money is concerned. When it comes to criminal, there has to be somebody that was so negligent that they allowed the situation to occur. So it's going to be hard, but I know that they're going to be looking at every single adult that might have been in charge of what this child was supposed to be doing.
And last question for you, Alexandra. I mean, does life go on for this little boy? Obviously, does he go back to school? Is he sitting in class again? I mean, I have to imagine that there's no parent who willingly is going to say, yes, I want my child to be in the same classroom as this little boy, even if he gets counseling.
Right. From what I understand, he is in a facility getting treatment, surround care 24/7. I don't know if it's a lockdown facility, but I think the only silver lining for this child is that he's so young that there's a chance that as he gets older and further removed from the incident, if there are ways to treat him, if he's placed in a facility or with treatment providers that can really help him get through whatever it is he's going through, maybe he has the opportunity as he gets older to get farther away from this and not let it affect him so much. But I don't know. That's a really big ask to have a normal life after something like that.
And we certainly, though, as you said, we hope that is what ultimately is able to happen. Alexandra Kazarian, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.